Welcome back to episode 3 of Tidy 10 and 10. In episode 2, I ask you to ask yourself if you are committed to doing the work. And if you're back, that means you said yes. I want to feel better. I just want to feel better, and I just want to create a life that I am proud of. Now, the life that you are in now has been created by your inner children. That will always be the case. No matter how your life is going, that will always be true. The life that you are in right now is created by your inner children. Now, if it's not a life that you're enjoying, either you're creating this life from a managed, the caretaker stepping in and managing these 5 inner children, or the 5 inner children are running the show and are creating the life all on their own, which is chaos. So ask yourself right now, good morning, Nancy, is there a part of my life that isn't working? When I first started doing this process on myself, I thought, it's just going to be 1 or 2. Every single one wasn't like I wanted it to be. Like, it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't how I wanted to feel. So you had a little homework, right? You had some homework from episode 2 to say, I'm going to ask my inner children, how do they want to feel? Or how or at work, inner child, how do you want to feel as you're doing your work? How do you want to, what kind of feelings do you want to have? Relationship, inner child, what kind of feelings, how do you want to feel within that relationship? Home, inner child, how do you want to feel inside your home? Money, inner child, how do you want to feel about the money coming into us and the money going out? What's the other one? Work, relationship, money, home, body. Body, inner child, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel as you're walking around in this body that is our vessel? Like, that's what gets us from place to place. How do you all want to feel? So that was your homework. Now, let's take that a little step further, and we're going step by step on how to do this. How are you feeling now? What's going on now? Like, how does each one feel? Work, inner child, how are you feeling right now in the job you're in, or maybe the job you don't have, or whatever the work you're doing is? Money, like, go down the list. How are you all feeling? Let me do a check-in. I'm here now. I'm showing up as the caretaker. I know when I was not here, all of you were making decisions on your own. You were all creating this life that we're in right now, and a lot of you don't even like it because you tell me every day through my emotional state. You make me feel horrible every day because you don't like it. And you create it. I get it. And we're not blaming the inner children. That was not their job. They needed a manager. They needed a caretaker. When the inner children don't have a caretaker, the caretaker is absent, meaning you didn't know, hey, that's my job to see these 5 inner children and see how they want to feel, and then help them stay focused in doing action steps that will help them feel that more and more every day. And then that's how we create that, and a few other ingredients is how we create the life that we all enjoy. And when they're enjoying it, and they're relaxed, guess what? You as the caretaker have some peace. It's quiet in the car that you're driving. When they're unmanaged, they're creating from a place of fear, a place of desperation, a place from old emotional, very immature, poor coping skills. They're creating from past karmic cycles. They're creating from emotional patterns. We don't want to create life from that place. Because when you wake up and look around, you're like, I am not enjoying this life that I'm in. And I know that these inner children hold the creative divine spark of God, of what God is. That was our gift from God, this ability to co-create. And we'll get into that That's in our love step. I told you in the intro video we have three ingredients, and love is a big ingredient, and the God and the divine energy and all that's wrapped up in step 3. But let's start today talking about, I want you to take it to the next step of, okay, this is how they want to feel. Now, how are they feeling right now? Okay? Just do that on your own time. Then what you're going to do is you're going to each morning have just a brief conversation with them. What I do is I like to use the visual of, I have them all in their little cubicles, okay? I have 5 cubicles, and I put them all in their little cubicles at work, and I see them all at their stations, and they're creating in their aspect of the life. They're creating from their work how they want to work each day, and they're creating the money they want to have coming in and out, and they're creating the relationships that they want to have, and they're creating the body that they want to walk around in, and they're creating the y'all help me out, the home, the environment that supports all of this. And I see them all there, and I step up into the office as the caretaker, and I say, all right, and I go down the list. I say, work, what's our target? And what that means is, to me, the target is how they want to feel. So if you did your homework, you kind of know that. For me, my work inner child would say, fun, easy, enjoyable, and also, organized. I want it to be something that's simple. I don't want to ramble anymore. Like, I really want it to be easy to follow, so that you can absorb what you need to absorb and be able to apply this process. So anyway, work wants to be fun, easy, and enjoyable. That's what she'll tell me every day is her target. And then I'll say, okay, I'm going to give you your pep talk now. So what I do, and this is the love part of it, this is where the magic happens. So with the target, how they want to feel, their emotional state of how they want to feel, that is the focus. Remember I said there's 3 ingredients we're going to work on the 3 levels of mind: the focus, the clearing, and the love. So each morning we go into, hey, what's our focus? What's our target? I want to feel blah, 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 blah. This is how I want to feel. And then I'll say, okay, well, let me give you a pep talk. And so let's use an example of the work inner child. So work inner child is, maybe you've woke up into a life where you hate your job. Your inner children were unmanaged. They were making decisions out of fear, desperation, and whatever else. And now you're in a job you just hate, and the work inner child's having so much resistance to this job, and just doesn't want to do it, and it's making you miserable inside. And probably money got involved into work's cubicle and wasn't minding its business, and it just got all out of whack. And money said, no, you have to do this, and this is, We'll go into that more. But so work inner child has woke up unhappy. And so you say, okay, what's your target? And it will tell you, well, I want a job I can enjoy. I want to feel good about. I want to feel proud of my work at the end of the day. Whatever that it says. And then you step in. This is your role as caretaker, to give it the love, pour the love on it, and say, I know you're unhappy in this job, and I totally understand. And you're right. This is a horrible job. You don't want to have any resistance here. You want to tell it, yes, you're right. I hear you. I'm listening to you. You're right. But you know what? We're going to make a plan now. We can do this. And I know that we together, as I manage you and help you focus on how you want to feel instead of how you are feeling, how you want to feel, having an enjoyable work day, feeling like you have such amazing coworkers around you, whatever your situation is. So I would start to talk to that inner child. I've got 34 seconds. And I would start to tell her all the things she wants to hear. And sometimes you have to tell them the things she's wanting other people to tell her. Like, you do such great work. You do such a good job at work. You are so amazing at what you do. You got to really build them up. Okay? And as you're building them up, it's important that a vision, an imagination starts to form. I'm going to stop there. We're going to pick up there tomorrow. But think about that for today. Think about that as in, ask yourself, well, how are they feeling now? And it's just showing you just how alignment they all are. You're just out of alignment. They've just gotten off track because nobody was there to manage them. So ask yourself that question today, and then we're going to start tomorrow talking more about that target emotion and that pep talk. Okay? Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again tomorrow for another Tidy 10 at 10.